Next, we are going to take a look at Introduction to Flowchart. We have already done one workout on if structure. Now I am going to introduce flowchart to you, and then we are going to take an if structure and convert it into a flowchart. Okay, so to introduce a flowchart, let's take a look at the basic shapes that is found in a flowchart. So what are the basic shapes? So first, a flowchart is a graphical representation of a program. Using the following shape, you are going to construct the graphical representation. The first shape is a parallelogram. Now, here you are going to use the parallelogram every time you have an input or an output instruction. It is going to be found inside of the parallelogram. For example, if you have to write output hello, it is going to be inside of a parallelogram. The second thing is that after creating the parallelogram, you should have only one outgoing arrow coming from the parallelogram. This is the rule. Second thing, you have a rectangle. It is used whenever you have to write a process. So for example, you have a process like A assign B plus 10. So it is a process for the computer. It has to calculate the value of B plus 10 and send it to A. This is a process. Or you can have A assign the value of C. This is also a process. So whenever you have process like this, you are going to put it in a rectangle. For example, I have counter assign counter plus 1, and every process has arrow inside. Okay. Next, you have the decision box. Inside of a decision box, toujours il y a la question qui commence par is. Every decision box must have the question is. So for example, is age greater or equal to 18 and question mark. Now the decision box always contains a question that is answered with a yes or a no, because it has is. Is this the case? Yes and no. So every decision box must have two outgoing arrow, the outgoing arrow yes and the outgoing arrow no. Maintenant, on peut avoir yes on this side, or you can have yes on this side, or you can have the arrow yes on this side, whichever side you want, but it must have two outgoing arrows, and it must have one meeting point where the no arrow comes and meet with the yes arrow. This is the rule. So every decision box should have the dot, the meeting point. And finally, you have the terminator. It consists of a start or an end in a flowchart. So whenever you have to write the start, it should be in a terminator, and whenever you have to write the end, it should also be inside of a terminator. Right. Now let us say, for example, I want to create a simple flowchart with a simple prompt. For example, my program is going to ask the user to enter his or her name. So my flowchart is going to start with the terminator start. Every time it is the same. Ensuite, I am going to have one outgoing arrow. I have the instruction output, enter your name. So given that you have an output instruction, I am going to use the parallelogram shape, which is for the output instruction. So I am going to use a parallelogram. Again, as per the rule, the parallelogram has only one outgoing arrow, so I am going to have one outgoing arrow. The next thing, after outputting the message, I will input the answer into student name. So here I'm going to use the parallelogram and so here this is an introduction to flowchart. Now take a look at the rules of flowchart. Note it down in your exercise book. The rule is that every shape must have one outgoing arrow except for the decision, which has 2, and the end shape, which has 0 outgoing arrow. Thank you.